This summer, Ontario will launch a new pilot project aimed at helping people getting people out of poverty. Premier Kathleen Wynne announced 4,000 people in 3 Ontario cities will receive up to a guaranteed income of $17,000 annually with no strings attached. Joining us now is one of the project's leading forces, Ontario Minister of Housing, Chris Ballard. Thank you for being here, Minister.
Oh, thank you for having me this morning.
So, no strings attached is something that people will probably hear and say, I got to know more about this. Can you drill down on that for us? What are we trying to achieve with this project?
Well, ultimately, what we're trying to achieve, Ben, is to give people a better life. We're looking at how can we give people the tools they need to get on with their life, to deal with health issues, to deal with education issues, to deal with employment issues, to get them up and out of poverty.
Something like this happened in a small town in Manitoba in the 1970s as well. It sort of frittered out from what I can understand. There's a lack of political will behind it. What's different this time around? What are we doing differently in Ontario?
Well, I think what we have in Ontario, first and foremost, is a lot of political will behind this. And this is one of those interesting, the whole basic income concept. It's an old concept. It's been around for well over 30 years. And I think right across the political spectrum, we have support for doing something different. You know, if we keep doing things the way we've been doing them, we'll keep getting the same results. Basic income is an opportunity to do something different. So that's what this pilot is about. There's a lot of people who tell us what the potential is, how great the potential could be. We want to test it. At the end of the day, we want to be able to say basic income works or it doesn't work.
Some will say, all right, that's great, but if you're not giving people, if you want to raise people above the poverty line and you're not giving them an income to get there, then what's the point? What's the justification for the numbers that we've set?
Well, as you know, we've had former Senator Hugh Segal wrote a discussion paper for us to sort of kick this off. He's been a long-time advocate along with Senator Art Eggleton. And through their consultations, they came up with the number. Our researchers have agreed, we agreed. We want to get people almost to the end line, but with giving them enough hope that they can see themselves across it.
So we're giving money, we're giving hope. Is there any sort of other support that is being offered? Or is this a real experiment to see what happens if people are left to their own devices?
Well, it is a real basic income experiment, we'll say, or pilot. But you know, a single will receive about $17,000 a year. A couple will receive $24,000 a year. But as well, they'll get the same sort of supports that other individuals would get, whether it be the child tax benefit or drug or dental benefits.
This is also something that seems to be picking up steam around the world. We've got a list of countries like Kenya, the Netherlands, Scotland will likely follow suit. Are you hoping that more places around the world try this out? And if they do, are we going to be paying attention to those results as well?
Absolutely. We've been paying very close attention, had many conversations with Finland, for example, who have launched their version of a basic income project. I think we see a variety of different ways to implement basic income. Ontario has chosen a certain path. We'll be looking at what other jurisdictions are doing around the world to see what we can learn from them, and vice versa.
What determines success?
Well, I think you know, ultimately, are people's lives better? Have they improved? Have they moved out of poverty? So we'll be looking at some specifics. We'll be looking at their health. We'll be looking at education. We'll be seeing if they were able to get and keep a job. Those are sort of 3 of the very high-level ones we'll be looking at.
And what about what would happen in the scenario if the metrics, the needle moves just a little bit? Do we have a sense of how much benefit we need to see here in order to gauge success and call it success?
We're going to be analyzing that data as we go along. And this one of the nice things about this project is from the minute it's implemented, we'll be measuring, monitoring the project as it goes along. So we'll see when we come to the end what success looks like.
Minister, you know, people say outside the box thinking all the time. This does genuinely feel like that. I'm very curious to see what sort of results are yielded by this. Congratulations, best of luck, and thanks for coming in this morning.
Very much. Thank you very much.